Good evening. We're going to, still got a couple of minutes before we start, but I thought we might start in Supta Baddha Kanasana, lying over a bolster. So if you're not sure, just going to show you. And you know, if you don't have a bolster, that's fine. You might have some pillows or a cushion, or you can do this pose without anything under the back as well. And if you're feeling a little bit cool, you might like to cover yourselves with a blanket. So just sitting at the end of the bolster, soles of the feet together, and then just lying yourself back over, whether it's cushions or pillows or a bolster. So the knees are wide, arms can be down alongside you or perhaps overhead if you've got the space there in the shoulders. And you might like to close the eyes. So make sure that you are warm and know that you can come out of that position at any point. If you become uncomfortable, if it becomes a bit intense, just feel free to stretch the legs out over just along the mat. So you might like to begin by sighing the breath away 2 or 3 times, letting go of the day and allowing the breath to slow down, allowing the breath to deepen. And paying attention now to the whole of your body as one. Good evening, Kathy. We're just starting off in Supta Baddha Kanasana. If you'd like to, lying down, knees wide. Being aware of the whole of your body as one, from the crown of the head down to your 10 toes. Aware of your body as one, without trying to change anything. And also don't try to stop anything from changing. Some things change just by being observed. Be content now to notice whatever you notice and feel whatever you feel. Visualize your whole body as you are right now, as though you are taking a step back and looking at yourself from the outside. Good evening, Jan. We're just starting in Supta Baddha Kanasana tonight. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide. You might like to imagine that you are tracing the outline of your body with a crayon. And then looking at yourself from all sides. What do you see? What do you feel? Good evening, Kathy with a C. We're just starting in Supta Baddha Kanasana. Now see if you can visualize a large sphere or aura of light completely surrounding your body. Healing light, encasing you as though it were a bubble, protecting you, supporting you. Notice the color of the light, if there is a color, the intensity of the light. And then turn your attention within and see if you can visualize a point or dot of light in your heart space. Focus on this light and begin to breathe into this light. Your breath is fuel for this light. Visualize the light becoming stronger and more intense with each exhalation. Becoming brighter and brighter. You may be able to feel the light pulsing, or you may see it glowing, spreading outward. Acknowledge that this inner light, symbol of Atman, your true authentic self, is the same light as the bubble of light surrounding you. The two lights are the same. They are both fed by your breath. They become stronger and more vivid with each breath. Feel this connection, the lack of separation between you and the universe. The two lights are one. This light protects and heals both inner and outer aspects of your being. I'd like to share with you a passage from Swami Maheshwarananda. Atma is light. The light of the Atma always remains unchanged, vibrant, and pure. The extent to which the light of our Atma may penetrate externally is dependent on the quality of our consciousness. Our thoughts, feelings, qualities, and actions shape this. Negative qualities and ignorance darken the light. Divine qualities such as knowledge, wisdom, and love brighten it. The higher our consciousness is developed, the more clear, pure, and transparent is the radiating light of our Atma. However, when there are many layers of karma and ignorance veiling the Atma, this divine light cannot shine through. And so as we begin to welcome more light in our external world with the beginning of daylight savings, and we're into the season of spring, in our practice tonight, we will focus on strengthening the connection to our inner light. The Gayatri Mantra celebrates the light and power of the external sun as a symbol for our own inner light. So in a moment, we're going to come up to chant the Gayatri 5 or 6 times. So if you're still in Supta Baddha Kanasana, I invite you to bring the knees together and just carefully roll over to one side. I'm going to put the words of the Gayatri up on the screen, just for those of you who aren't 100% familiar with it, including a translation. So just take your time to come to a comfortable seated position. Nice tall spine, shoulders dropping down, skin of the face soft. And feel free to just listen or to join in if you'd like to. So let's exhale all breath. And then breathing in. Om Bhu Svaya Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhu Svaya Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbu Svaya Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbu Svaya Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbu Svaya Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Let's gently fold forward now. So whether you're sitting cross-legged or kneeling or legs stretched out, no matter, just gently coming forward. Exhaling. And then slowly coming up, and we're going to move into wheeling the body. So just clearing everything off your mat, although you might like to sit on a cushion or a blanket. You can sit cross-legged, or if it's better for you tonight, you might have the legs in a diamond shape, soles of the feet together, hands resting on your knees or on your thighs. And let's just start to circle now. Eyes can be open or closed. Doesn't matter which way you're circling first. Just keep the face relaxed. Make sure you're not clenching the teeth. The shoulders are soft. Feeling this movement into the lower part of your spine and the lower abdomen. You might like to keep drawing your attention down to that tiny dot or point of light in your heart space. So keep returning to this place again and again. Good. Now, if your legs are crossed, just gently come back to center. Change the cross of the legs. If they're in a diamond shape, just keep them as they are. And then we're going to start to circle in the opposite direction. Good. And then gently come back to center. Lengthen up through the crown top. Shoulders are soft. On the next inhale, let's raise the arms to shoulder height. And as we exhale, we're going to tip over to the left, stretching the right arm up and over the head. And then breathe yourself back to center. Lengthen up through the crown and tipping over to the right side. Okay, let's keep going. Breathe into center, face relaxed, and tipping over to the left. Inhale and exhale. Good, and last one over to the right side. Good. Now we're going to take it into a twist. So breathe yourself back to center, long spine, and then we're twisting to the left. Breathe yourself back to center and twisting to the right. Let's do 2 more of these to each side. Inhale. Exhale. Linking the movement with your breath. And last one to the right. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And now bring your hands to rest over your heart space. And take a breath or two there. Drop the shoulders, gazing down towards that point of light in your heart space. We're going to work now with a chant, Jyotiraham. Jyoti in Sanskrit means light. So in a moment, we're going to raise or take the arms out to the side, lifting and opening the heart. And then we'll chant, welcoming the light and chanting back to the heart space, Jyotiraham. So we're going to work with this 5 times. So let's exhale all breath. And then breathing in. Jyotiraham. I am that pure light, that consciousness within. Jyotiraham. 3 more. Jyotiraham. Jyotiraham. And last one. Jyotiraham. Just release your hands down onto your thighs or your knees, keeping the spine nice and upright. And we've still got our awareness into the heart space, that tiny dot of light. I'm just going to work with a little visualization, little meditation. So as we breathe in, we're going to imagine that this little point of light flows up the chest, up over our face to the crown top. As we exhale, that light flows from the crown top down your spine, down over the buttocks to your perineum. And then on the next inhale from the perineum, the light flows up over through the pelvis, the abdomen, the chest, your heart, up over your face to the crown. As you exhale, this light flows down the back of your head, down your spine, your buttocks, back to the perineum. So just a few more breaths in this way. Breathing from the perineum up through your pelvis, abdomen, the chest, over your face to the crown. Exhale, this light flows down the back of the head, your spine, to the perineum. Breathing in, draw it up the front of the body to the crown. And exhale, it flows down the back of the body and back to the perineum. So one more complete loop. Inhaling. And exhaling. And then bring the light back to your heart space as you inhale. And just let it rest there as you exhale. Now one more chant of Jyotiraham, but just keep the arms where they are. So breathing in. Jyotiraham. Good. Let's gently release, and we're going to come into extended child. Big toes touching, arms extending forward, your knees are wide. You might like to imagine now that a beam of light is flowing down from the sky into the back of your heart chakra, your heart energy center. So between your shoulder blades, to strengthening your own light by connecting with this external light flowing down from the sky, remembering that these two lights are the same, are one. Good. On your next inhale, let's move up into cat. Come up onto all fours. Keep the face soft. Let the heart lead. Exhale, rounding the back and sink into child. Breathing into cat. Rounding the back and sink back. So work with this now at your own pace. Long, smooth inhalation. And long, smooth exhalation. Remembering that your breath is fuel for this light. Finish the one you're on and work with two more. And when you finish that last one, take a resting breath in child. And then we're going to lift up into elephant pose. So your hands are mat width apart and your feet are also mat width apart. So when you're ready, come up onto your knees, tuck your toes, and moving into our beautiful elephant. Fingers spread wide, your head is hanging. So the head is like the trunk of the elephant. Let it swing around a little bit, let it be free and loose. You might like to blow the breath out through the mouth. If the legs are feeling quite stiff, you might choose to bend one leg and just push back into the heel of the other foot and hold that for a couple of breaths, 2 or 3 breaths. And then you might swap sides, pushing forward into the opposite hand. Good. Feel free to stay another couple of breaths if you're happy there. If you've had enough, you come down onto your knees and release back into extended child. Take a resting breath here. And then we're going to work with our hippie cat. So making some nice slow circles with our hips. So we come around to one side and then we move forward around to the other side and all the way back. So come around to one side, lean forward to the other side and all the way back. So around to the side, forward to the other side and back. Good. Do a couple more of these. And then we'll reverse directions, circling the opposite way. And 2 more. And then all the way back into extended child. Once again, take a breath there. Good. Okay, we're going to work now with a flowing sequence starting in child, moving forward into cobra and back into child. So keep the back bend low to begin, and then over time you might be able to lift up a little bit higher. So we're stretching the arms forward, looking along the mat. When you feel ready, you inhale, coming along the mat. Keep the elbows squeezing in, lifting up, and then bend your legs and push back. So looking along the mat, come forward, stay down low, elbows squeeze in, lift up and back. Let's do 3 or 4 more of these. Just go at your own pace. Let the heart lead, shoulders back and down and back. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. Good. And let's do 1 more if you're still going. Back into extended child. And again, just take a breath there. You might like to make fists with the hands now and just rest your forehead on your fists. Good. All right. Let's come up onto all fours and we're going to work with our cat twist, Parivrtta Marjarasana. So knees can be together. We're going to work dynamically to begin, then we'll hold the twist. So let's take the right hand under our heart center. Exhale all breath. And then as we breathe in, we're going to open up to the right and raise that right arm up. You can look up if that's okay for your neck, otherwise just keep the head more neutral. Exhale, we bring that arm down, we scoop it under the left arm, right side of the face onto the mat. And then again, inhale, take it up, opening up to the right side. And as you exhale, just scoop it under. And 1 more, breathe in. And breathe out. Now this time we're going to hold the twist. So you can keep the left hand on the mat or now resting your left hand on the sacrum. And some of you might even like to extend that left arm up and even look up towards your left thumb if that's okay for your neck. If you'd like to take it a little bit further, turn that left arm 180 degrees, drop that arm down, reaching for your right thigh. And then working to roll that left shoulder back and breathe. Good. And then let's take that left arm back up, bring it down to the mat. Slowly come back to your start position and just take a breath there. All right, so let's do the same now on the other side. So left hand under your heart center. Exhale all breath. And then breathing in. So we're opening up to the left side. Stretch the left arm up. And breathing out, scooping it under the right arm, left side of your face onto the mat. 2 more. Inhale, take the left arm up. And exhale. And once more, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, so we can keep the right hand on the mat or right hand onto your sacrum. You might stay here. Some of you might like to extend that right arm up. And some of you might like to turn the arm, drop it down around the back, reaching for your left thigh. Just working to roll that right shoulder back and breathe. Good. All right. Take the right arm up, Bring it down to the mat. Come back onto all fours and just make your way back into extended child. Take a breath here. And then look along your mat, and we're going to come to lie down on our mats. Just resting one hand on top of the other, your chin or your forehead on your hands, just for a moment. Feet are hip distance apart. Take a breath or two here. So we're going to work with a few more back bends, some back strengthening poses, beginning with a variation of Sphinx, which I think all of you will have done with me before, but you can have a look if you're not sure. So the hands are actually going to go wider than the mat. Hands are level with your face. So forehead is down on the mat. Feet are hip width. This is our start position. So we'll exhale all breath here. As we breathe in, keeping the tops of the feet pressing down, we're going to lift the head and the arms, and you're really trying to squeeze and lift the elbows. Exhale, lower. Keep the feet down, don't let them lift. Breathing in, we lift. Breathing out, we lower. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, lift. And lower. And down. And last one. And lower. So again, you can just rest your one hand on top of the other, your chin or forehead on your hands. Take a little rest here. If the lower back's a little bit tender, you can bend the lower legs, just swing them from side to side. Okay, so next one is Shalabasana Locust. And we're going to work dynamically. So we have our arms down along by our sides, head to one side, feet are hip width. Exhale all breath. As we breathe in, we're going to bring the head to center, lift the legs, lift the arms, lift the chest, head and chest. Exhale, lowering, head turns the opposite way. Inhale, we lift, head to center. And exhale, we lower. Let's keep going. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. You're welcome to continue working like this, or you might like to hold the pose for a few breaths. Otherwise, just keep lowering as you exhale. We'll do 1 more to each side. Inhale, lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. And then take a little rest. And again, if you need to bend the lower legs and just swing them from side to side, or just wriggle the hips from side to side a little bit. Okay, so 1 more pose on our tummies before we change. This one is Shalabasana, snake, which we don't do that often. We bring the big toes to touch and the heels are wide, making the pointy tail of the snake. Feet stay down again. We interlace the fingers, or if that's a bit challenging, you can hold your opposite elbow. Otherwise, interlacing the fingers and extend the index fingers straight. Forehead is on the mat. So we're just going to lift up once and hold the pose as long as you feel comfortable, lowering down when you've had enough. So see if you can squeeze the shoulder blades together before you lift up. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift the head, lift the arms. So feet stay down and breath flows. Keep the face soft. Perhaps turning the sides of the mouth up slightly. So a little smile on your lips. Breathing into the heart space, breathing into that point or dot of light. So when you've had enough, gently release, lower down, and take a rest. Okay, we're going to push back into extended child. So hands alongside your chest, elbows tucked in. Breathe in and lift, bend your legs back into extended child. Breathe down into your lower back now. Good. And then when you're ready, inhale into cat, tuck your toes, down face dog pose. Let's hold this now for 2 or 3 breaths. Good. And then we're going to walk our feet towards our hands, and legs can be bent or straight, at least hip width apart. Lift up halfway as you breathe in. And exhale, just fold down, let the arms be relaxed, let the head and neck be loose and free. Again, you might like to sigh the breath away. Good. And then let's slowly and safely start to come up. Lifting the shoulders up towards your ears and roll the shoulders down the back. You might like to do that a couple more times. Shoulders come forward, up and back. Forward, up and back. Good. And we're standing in Tadasana. Hands back over our heart space. Shoulders are soft. You might like to close the eyes for a moment. Gazing down towards that tiny dot or point of light in your heart space. So we're going to come back to our chant, Jyotiraham, in a moment. I am that pure light, that consciousness within. And we're going to add a little action. So we're going to, as we did before, take the arms out, chant back to the heart, and then we're going to just sweep the hands down over the body. And it's like we're brushing away what's called rajas and tamas. So light is very much connected to, considered sattvic. In yoga philosophy, they use the term the gunas to describe all phenomena in nature. And they say that nature is comprised of those 3 qualities. And in yoga, we're aiming to have more sattva, light, purity, wholeness, goodness. We need the 3. We need rajas, we need tamas, but we're working to cultivate more light. Rajas can be understood as our anxiety, our agitation, our restlessness, frenzy, activity, overactivity, doing, a bit like we've had 5 coffees, so that manic sort of energy, go, go, go. So we're going to imagine we're just brushing off some rajas, and tamas is the couch potato, is inertia, is cloudiness in your mind when you're a bit foggy and you can't get clarity. Sattva is real, true clarity, pure awareness, seeing able to connect with truth. Tamas, we don't have that. We're foggy in the mind, can't think really clearly. Heaviness, laziness, I don't like that word, but that falls into tamas. So we're going to brush off some rajas and tamas. We'll do this 5 times. So let's exhale all breath. And then breathing in. Jyotiraham And then come back up to the heart. Inhale. Jyotiraham. So 3 more of these. Breathe in. Jyotiraham. Breathing in. Jyotiraham. And last one. Breathe in. Jyotiraham. Good. Shake the hands and step the feet a little wider apart. We're going to move into the Tibetan yoga breath. And if you like, imagining that you are a star, a shining bright light. And as we raise one arm up, it's like light is streaming down our arm and traveling out through our fingers, spreading our light all around us. So starting here, the center of our star, our bright shining light. Let's turn to the left, exhale all breath. And then breathing in. And breathing out. So you all know this really well. Work at your own pace, synchronizing your movement with your breath. Keep the face relaxed and the mouth. Long, smooth inhalation. And long, smooth exhalation. Stay with your breath. So finish the one you're on and do one more to each side. When you finish, come back to center. If you're comfortable, close the eyes, take a deep breath. Your awareness is into the heart space. And sigh it away. Good. Step the feet back in, hip width apart. We're going to work with bird. So when you're ready, inhale, raise the arms up. You might look up if that's okay for your neck. And as you exhale, coming down, legs can stay bent or straighten. Breathe in, come all the way up. And arms by your side. Keep going. Now, the next time we come into the forward fold, we're going to stay there. And just let the arms come down to your legs or to the floor. Walk the hands forward and your feet back. So you come into down face dog pose. Inhale, come down onto your knees into cat. And exhale, extended child. Breathing into cat, tuck your toes, down face dog pose. Walk your feet to your hands, arms up behind you, so back into bird. Inhale, come up. And exhale. Let's do a couple more of these. Breathe in. And breathe out. Drop your hands down, walk the hands forward, feet back into dog. Inhale, cat. Exhale, child. Breathe into cat, tuck your toes. Down face dog pose, walk forward, arms up behind. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, this time we're going to add a variation when we're in dog. So exhale. Lower the hands down, come into dog. Now from here, we're going to look towards our hands and we're going to step the right foot between the hands and just stay on the ball of the left foot and come up. Okay, so ideally our feet are hip width, our hips are square facing forward. So this is a variation of warrior one. We're going to take the arms up above the head. As we exhale, we're going to bend the front leg, swing one arm forward, the other arm back, and then straighten the front leg. So bend the front leg, one arm forward, the other arm back. Whoops. So if you feel really wobbly, just keep it slow. Otherwise, you might be able to speed it up. Okay. And then we'll bring the hands down on either side of that right foot, come back into dog. Now you might want to drop down into child and take a breath or two there. Otherwise, just hold dog. Let the breath flow. Check in with yourself. And then if you're feeling okay, we're going to do the same on the other side. So if you're in child, come on back up into dog. Look towards your hands, left leg forward. So you're on the ball of the right foot coming up. So again, we want to check that our hips are square, facing forward where the back heel is lifted, and then arms are coming up again. So we're going to bend the front leg, swing the opposite arm forward and back. Opposite arm forward. So again, keep it slow if you're finding this really challenging. It is challenging. Otherwise, some of you might be able to speed it up. Good. And hands down on either side of that left foot, back into dog. Let's all come down into cat and child, and we'll take 2 or 3 breaths here. Good. And then we continue our sequence. So inhale up into cat, tuck your toes, down face dog pose. Walk your feet towards your hands, take the arms up behind. Inhale, come all the way up. Bring your palms together and to the heart. And take a breath here. Good. Release your hands. And let's take the legs wide apart to work now with Warrior Two and Dancing Warrior. So we'll turn the left toes around, right toes in a little bit. Just keeping your arms down, relax your shoulders. Exhale all breath. As we breathe in, we're going to raise the arms to shoulder height, turn to the left. As we exhale, we're bending the left leg. You can always drop that back hand to the hip if that's better for your shoulder. Otherwise, the arms are in a straight line. Shoulders are relaxed and we're gazing along that left middle finger. Breath is flowing. We're pushing back into the outer edge of the right foot. And not leaning over this bent leg. So you might like to imagine someone's gently tugging you back by your right wrist. So ideally the spine is perpendicular to the floor. Good. And then inhale, turn that left palm up. Exhale, we come into Dancing Warrior. Just be careful of your neck here. Good. Inhale, come back to center and lower the arms. Let's do the same the other way. Turning your feet around. Deep breath in, raise the arms, turn to the right. Exhale. Virabhadrasana 2. So again, option to drop that back arm. Otherwise, the arms are in a straight line, shoulders are soft, and we're gazing along that right middle finger. And breathe. Keep the face relaxed. And then inhale, turn that right palm up. Exhale into our beautiful Dancing Warrior. Breathe into that right side of the torso. Letting the light in, letting the light flow. Letting the light shine bright. Good. Inhale, coming back. And exhale. Step your feet together. You might walk on the spot. One more standing pose. We're going to try a balance dancing Shiva. So be near a wall or a chair if you're feeling a little bit wobbly tonight. And we're going to take the weight into the left foot and pick up the right and do it sideways. So see if you can hold on to the foot and draw the heel towards the buttock if you can. Inner knees are touching. And then if we're feeling steady enough, we can raise this left arm up. So you might choose to stay here in this upright position, but some of you might like to see if you can start to lean forward and kicking that back leg up into the sky. And breathe. And then you slowly come up. And release the arm, release your leg. Take a breath. And then let's try the other side. So weight into the right foot and pick up the left. So see if you can draw the heel towards the buttock, inner knees touching, drawing that left shoulder back. And if you feel steady enough, inhale, raising this right arm up. Stretching up tall, letting the breath flow. Feel free to stay in this upright position, otherwise we're coming forward, kicking the back leg up into the sky. And smile. Good. Let's slowly come to an upright position. Release the arm and the leg into Tadasana and take a breath. Okay. Thought we might have a go at fish pose over some support. So either a bolster, or if you don't have a bolster, you might have a pillow or two, or a couple of cushions, or even roll up a blanket. So just grab something that you can lie over. You can do fish without the support if you would prefer to. But I thought we might stay here for 3 or 4 minutes if we can. So just setting yourself up, you can have the legs stretched out, or you might even come back into Supta Baddha Kanasana position with your legs, and then carefully lowering yourself back. Any neck issues, you need to grab some support, a block or cushions or a blanket to prop your head up so that the head is not hanging back so far. So just be very careful of your neck. Arms might be down on the body or stretched over the head. And if you're feeling a little bit cool, you might even cover yourselves with a blanket at this point. So we'll see, as I said, if we can stay here for a few minutes. But if you become uncomfortable or there's any pain that doesn't feel good, of course, feel free to come out early. And just lie flat and even bring the knees into the chest and just rock from side to side. But if you're now in the fish, I invite you to bring your awareness back to that bright, shining dot or point of light in your heart space, symbol of Atman, your true, authentic self, the part of us that does not need to develop. It is already whole. It is already complete. And this part of us understands that duality is an illusion. All is one. Inner and outer are one. When we are in touch with our true self, we radiate strength, courage, freedom, and joy to everyone around us. And we attract love, happiness, and positive experiences into our lives. You might like to repeat to yourself a few times mentally, Jyotiraham. 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 So just another minute or so here still remaining if you're still comfortable. Try to relax and let go a little more. Sinking into the support beneath you. Feeling Mother Earth holding you, cradling you. And now if your arms are overhead, gently bring them down alongside you, preparing to release from this position. If your knees are wide, gently bring them in towards each other and just roll carefully over to one side. Push any props out from underneath you so that you can lie back down on your mat, bringing the right knee in towards the chest. So just hug the right knee in, tuck the chin forward, make sure that your head, neck and spine are in a straight line. So just hugging that right knee in, continuing to breathe. And then point your left toes. And when you're ready, inhale, raise that left leg up to the sky, flex your foot, and exhale, lower down. Heel can hover, and then point the toes, breathing in, left leg lifts, flex, and lower. And one more, take the leg up and lower it down. Okay, we're going to move into a twist. So place your right foot on the left thigh, left hand to the outer edge of the knee, right arm at shoulder height, and let's take that knee across the body. Try to relax your right shoulder. You can either keep looking straight up or turn your head now to look towards the right. And breathe. And then come back to center, give that knee a hug. And then let's swap sides. So bring the left knee and stretch the right leg out. The left knee, a lovely hug and a squeeze. Tuck the chin forward. And then pointing your right toes, breathe in, raise the right leg up, flex the foot, and lower. Two more. Inhale and flex and lower. And last one. And then placing that left foot on the right thigh, Right hand to the outer edge of the knee, left arm at shoulder height. As we exhale, we're carrying that knee across the body. Just relax that left shoulder. And again, you might turn to look towards your left fingers. Good. And then gently come back to center. Give that left knee a hug. And bring the other knee in. So we'll cross the legs at the ankles, a hand on each knee, and making some nice slow circles on the floor with our lower back. Good. And then cross the legs the other way, circling in the opposite direction. And then when you're ready, come back to center. And we're going to set ourselves up for Shavasana. But if you'd like to do any last movement before relaxing, feel free to do that now. And then make sure you're warm and that you have all the support you need to relax. I'm just going to come up closer, pop my socks on. Okay. Making sure that you are comfortable and warm. And as you lie on your yoga mat, allowing your breath to be slow, allowing your breath to be deep. Perhaps whispering to yourself a few times, Jyotiraham. My true nature is that of the light of consciousness, eternal and unchanging, beyond all harm, beyond all fear. Feel your whole body now softening, lightening, letting go of any hard, rigid edges, allowing your whole body to widen, to feel spacious and expansive, feeling a softness in your face, your neck and throat. Your chest is soft, the breath flowing in and out. Experiencing a softening in both shoulders, both arms, hands and fingers. Slowly moving down through the trunk of your body, feeling all tension leaving. Feel a softening in your belly, No hardening of the belly, softening and relaxing, and allowing this sensation of softness to travel down into both legs, feet, and toes. Whole body softening, whole body relaxing, and allowing this feeling of softness, of lightness, to move into your mind, releasing the need to push yourself relentlessly, and beginning to develop a kind, gentle attitude towards yourself, sensitive to what's going on inside of you. Now I invite you to imagine that you are rising up now into the sky, drifting away from your room, drifting as light as cotton wool, as light as a feather, drifting towards a place that is filled with peace and tranquility. The most peaceful place you can imagine. A place where no harm can come to you. There is nothing to fear, just peace and quiet. What is this place like? Be in this place now. Notice how you feel in this place. And in this quiet place, imagining that your true self emerges to sit before you. This true self may be a visual image or a feeling, a presence. Take a moment now to connect with Atman, your true self. Imagine this part of you is sitting in front of you. And I'd like you to imagine that your true self has an offering for you. So take a moment to imagine this beautiful vision before you and visualize your true self presenting an offering to you. Allow yourself to gently reach forward to accept this gift. Take a moment to observe any sensations that arise. This gift may be warm or cool in your hands. It might be heavy or light. Take a moment to absorb what has been given to you. Notice if it brings an emotional response. And when you feel ready, gently draw this gift into your heart center and feel divine love filling your entire being. Know that you have always had this infinite divine love within you. Know that this love is the primal energy of the universe. Gently thank your true self for revealing this beautiful truth, and reabsorb your true self back into your heart center. Knowing that the love you hold within is without bounds. Begin now to send love to the entire planet. Allowing this love to descend ever so gently as a fine mist, touching the hearts of all living beings with a moment of divine bliss. And then very gently begin to focus your attention back in your physical body, aware of your surroundings, starting to deepen the breath and bring a little movement into your fingers and your toes. And I'd like to have a bit of a stretch and then carefully roll over to one side. Knowing that you have within all the resources you will ever need to experience every part of your journey going forward. Feeling now peaceful and still. And if you'd like to, coming up now to sit. Just taking the arms out to the side. A deep breath in, raise the arms up. And bring your hands down to your heart space. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you for joining me tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening. May you feel full of light and love tonight. Mwah.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, I know. Nice.